In a world that's constantly telling us that we have to look a certain way in order to be of value, embracing body positivity is super challenging. Whether it's social media pressure, self doubt, or just an off day, we all struggle with feeling good about ourselves. In this conversation I had with CJ Robinson, host of Channel Q Radio, we talked about just this: how to have greater self acceptance, shift our mindset, and feel more confident. Have a listen.
First of all, welcome back. It's always a pleasure getting to talk with you, Dr. James Guay, licensed marriage and family therapist. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
So, I want to talk about something that I have struggled with in my life, and that is confidence and body positivity. Right? I feel like for
Yeah.
so many of us, we go through that awkward phase in teenage years, adolescent, and
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
it's really hard because you kind of carry some of that stuff into adulthood.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And so recently, the body positivity movement has kind of come in and it's helped with that.
Mhm,
So, can
mhm.
you kind of go into and describe what is body positivity?
Sure, sure. Well, I think it's things we can all relate to because we live in a society where, it's deemed we're more attractive or less attractive or more worthy or less worthy based on our appearance, right? And so body
Yeah.
positivity is really about embracing and respecting our bodies as they are rather than trying to fit into a narrow definition of what is deemed as is better. It's about shifting the focus from external appearances and really into like self acceptance and even hopefully gratitude for our bodies and their abilities and the ways that we're able to move and function, whatever our abilities happen to be.
What's considered a small win in building
Mhm.
confidence? Because I know you sometimes hear people say that, that's a win, that's a win. So, what would
Right.
be a small win with that?
Yeah. I would say any incremental step in more thorough acceptance, appreciation. So this might be wearing something you love without second guessing yourself, or it might be like engaging in a little bit less negative self talk or responding to the negative self talk in a more compassionate, caring way. It's really about appreciating our bodies, having a sense of gratitude, starting with small wins. Is there something, some body part that we appreciate or like? Is there some ways that our body is able to function that we're grateful for? Starting with any of those small incremental steps can make a huge difference. It's a relationship. It's something that needs to be attended to and built over time and practiced. This isn't something that happens overnight, especially when we get so many messages from society and the media of these types of things.
You said relationships, and that to me is a really strong point of this because you've got
Mm,
family and friends, right? That can help be there to maybe
yeah,
kind of see things that you don't see. So is there kind of that
right.
that connection? Like, can family and friends be a big help with confidence?
Yeah, they can be a big help or they can be a deterrent depending on their own relationship with their own bodies. And, because there's like a multi-billion-dollar industry around beauty and diet and exercise and appearance and all these kinds of things. We all get these messages, right? And so we can say them to other people unknowingly. But I think the more conscious we all are, and if our family or friends aren't, we get to ask them to do things differently instead of focusing on, oh, you look so much better if you lost weight or put on different clothes. Focusing on the strengths, on energy, on character over appearance, avoiding those weight and diet related conversations, really being supportive of a body affirming environment. All those kinds of things really make a difference for us.
I know growing up for me, it was, I shopped in the husky department, which, back in the day, it
Mhm.
was, the bigger boys, so to speak. And I never understood it until
Mhm.
now. And looking
Mhm.
back, I kind of, my mom always did her best to kind of shield me from what that meant. And so to your point,
Uh-huh.
you're right. Family and friends can really make, a huge difference. But you
Mhm.
also touched on something in the beginning, and that was,
Mhm.
especially within our community, the LGBTQ plus community, it
Sure.
can be, even harder, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are some unique body image challenges to
Mhm.
specifically to the LGBTQ plus, community and that we face?
Mhm.
And what are
Mhm.
ways that we can work towards supporting, self-acceptance?
Right, right. It's particularly challenging in our community. It's again, we face these societal challenges, but then we often do them with and to each other. We are valuing physical appearance above personality or above, other things that we contribute and connect on, it goes against self-determination of wanting to sort of own our worth and value. And so, there can be kind of like this dual pressure that we face in the LGBTQ community, that it's not just from mainstream culture, but then we adopt it, internalize it, and do it to each other. So gender dysphoria can be something, do we have to appear more masculine, feminine, androgynous, any other version and or other gender variant, what qualifies us as being LGBTQ and worthy of attention or love or consideration? Being aware of the ways that we treat each other. Again, I think the more that we can approach ourselves and each other from a place of kindness, care, consideration, and not just repeat what's been done to us, then we start to heal as a community and individually as well.
Break that cycle is one of my
Yeah,
favorite phrases. Break that cycle, and you said it best. Don't take what we've been through and project it on somebody else.
absolutely. Yes.
Well, Dr. James Guay, we appreciate you once again just sitting down and chatting with us. This is, again, a topic very near and dear to my heart. It's something that I struggle with. So believe me, I tell you this, you're helping way more people than I think, we realize even by just having
Uh,
this conversation. So thank you.
I appreciate the conversation. You bet.